Shalom, Israel. Water quenches fire. So, good afternoon. We're just having our daily meds or meditation, right? Because this shows our faith, right? Because faith is a practice. The same goes with the title that we have, Water Quenches Fire. The fires of the world are lust, are bad habits, and anything that tempts you into sin. Water quenches that, or sense, right, quenches that. It's not a good sense to follow the world, so you quench it or you turn it down by making sense of it, by saying to yourself that this is not a good thing, right? Because these are full of temptations, distractions, and it pulls you away from your spirit. The spirit is the word, right? The word is also that water, right? So if you keep watering, it's the same as watering your garden. If you keep watering that garden, right, it will bring forth what? Fruits, right? Your harvest. It's the same as when you water that fire every day, right? You become more spiritual, right? Because you are not burning in your, you know, in yourself, right? Because you're not burning from the wants of this world, right? Whether that may be drugs, corn, or whatever bad habit that is, right? Which leads to sin, right? Therefore, we must be scriptural. This is the book of Ecclesiasticus, chapter 3 and verse 30. Water will quench a flaming fire, and alms make it an atonement for sins. So water is the word, right? Let's go to Ephesians 5 and 25, I think. Verse 25, husbands, love your wives, even as Christ also loved the church, and gave himself for it. Verse 26, that he might sanctify, or to make holy, and cleanse it with the washing of water by the word. See, you have to, see, in Colossians it says that let your words be seasoned with salt, right? It has to what? Make sense. When you are making sense, you are delighting in the word, and that's where you get your desires or pleasures from. It's from the word and not from the temptations of the world, right? Because there is a way that seems right to a man, but the Most High weighs the heart of man, right? So our pleasure must be from the word, because everything starts from the word, right? Or the words that we see in the Bible, and that is wisdom, right? And wisdom is to fear the Lord, and to fear the Lord is to keep his commandments, right? So we have to maintain that integrity, right? By watering it every day. Your diligence shows your integrity, right? Therefore, meditate on it. It's the same as meditating. You are watering something every day, which is your mind, right? The renewal of your mind. Let your mind be renewed, right? That is through the word, right? The words, right? What is the word again? This is the book of John, chapter 6 and verse 63. It is the spirit that quickeneth, or make alive, the flesh profits nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life, right? So the words are the spirits, and those spirits give life. See, it is the spirit that gives us life. It's the sense, right? That's why we are, when you are inspired, you become more alive, right? Because there's power in that thing. There's sense in that thing, right? It doesn't have confusion in it. So we have to make sense every day with our mind so that it doesn't fall under the temptations or the depth of sin, right? So that's what we are going to do. Let's go to Joshua chapter 1 verse 8. This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night. Again, thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is there written therein. See, it starts first with the word that we are meditating, and that's how our minds get established. This is Sirach chapter 6 and verse 37. Let thy mind be upon the ordinances of the Lord, and meditate continually in his commandments. See, that's our workout because that's our faith. Or faith is what? It's a practice. You're working out on something. He shall establish thine heart. Again, he shall establish thine heart. The Most High will build your mind because the heart is also the mind. So if you think, contemplate, or reason with the scriptures, right, your mind gets built. And he will what? And give thee wisdom at thine own desire, right? Wisdom is keeping the law, right? You're more able to keep the law because your Moses is going to give you like instructions or guide, right? That is through the scriptures, of course. Seek ye out of the book, right? That's what the Moses said. Or Christ, I think Christ said that, the book of Proverbs, right? Start reading this book of Proverbs chapter 1. The Proverbs of Solomon, the son of David, king of Israel, to know wisdom and instruction, to perceive the words of understanding, right? Let's jump to verse 4. To give subtlety to the simple, or intelligence or cleverness, right? To the young man, knowledge and discretion. See, the Most High already gave us this book, right? It's for Israel. And the Most High is also still blessing us some wisdom, right? That we may keep His commandments more diligently. James chapter 1. James chapter 1 and verse 5. If any of you lack wisdom, let him ask of God, that giveth to all men liberally and upbraided not, and it shall be given him. See? We just gotta pray for it, right? It's the principal thing, or it's the main thing. Therefore, get. This is the last verse. Ecclesiasticus chapter 37 verse 15. And above all this, pray to the Most High, that He will direct thy way in truth, right? That's how you get in this truth, right? By praying. You see, Catholic Christianity doesn't make any sense. And I just pray to the Most High and I learn this truth, right? Because the world is full of confusion, distractions, and they worship themselves, right? They're not worshiping the righteous of the way of the Most High, right? They are praying for vain stuff, But to know the truth is above all else, above all things, right? Because to fear the Lord is above all things. And that's what we are working out every day, right? And that shows our faith, right? Because faith is a practice. Because faith without works is what? It's dead, right? So we gotta work out every day, start with meditations, right? And prayers. And that shows, and of course, keeping faith in Christ and keeping of the commandments, right? So that's our meditation for today and our Sabbath keeping, right? So, tawada for listening and have a nice day.